Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Pathfinder with Yadnika. So we've already covered a lot of consulting case frameworks and we are heading towards the end of the unconventional case series. So today in this video we'll be talking about the quantitative puzzles and creative estimation category of unconventional cases. So let's dive into it. First we'll understand the Bake framework that we'll use while solving these type of cases. So the first step is to break the problem into segments. So whenever you are posed a big abstract problem, don't directly jump into numbers. First ask what are the key components of this problem. For example, if the question is how much food is eaten by birds in a city, you can break it into categories of birds in the city, frequency of eating and scale or population. This makes the problem more structured. Then we bring in reference points. These are numbers and facts that help us anchor our estimates. For example, known population numbers, average consumption patterns, market statistics, and behavioral assumptions. For instance, if you're estimating food consumption by birds, you might reference average bird population in a city or typical food intake per bird. Reference point prevent your estimate from being completely random. Step 3 is estimate ranges. Instead of choosing a number immediately, it's better to estimate ranges. You can think in terms of conservative estimate, realistic, and aggressive estimate. This helps account for uncertainty in assumptions. For example, maybe a bird eats 10 grams of food per day, which is a conservative estimate, 20 grams, which is a realistic estimate, and 30 grams is aggressive estimation. Then you choose a reasonable midpoint. This step makes your thinking more robust and transparent. Step 4 is to aggregate. Once you have all your assumptions, you aggregate the numbers. Aggregation simply means multiplying or summing the numbers you estimated. For example, number of birds into food eaten per bird is total food consumption. At this stage, you are turning your assumptions into a final estimate. Step 5 is to keep a sanity check. Make sure these numbers make sense in the real world and adhere to the real life constraints. For example, if your calculations suggest birds eat 100 tons of food daily in one city, that probably doesn't make sense. So you revisit assumptions and adjust if needed. So now let's start solving an example to get more clarity. We'll estimate the number of people watching reels currently in India. I'll ask a few clarifying questions about what age group are we actually considering and what time of the day are we actually taking into account. Let's say the India says that the age group is from 18 to 45 and the time that we are considering is 6 p.m. So, some of the platforms that we might need to consider here are Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and some other short form video apps. So, again, the first step is to break the big question into smaller logical segments. We cannot directly estimate real viewers, so we build a funnel. We start with the population of India and then move on to the internet users, then smartphone internet users, social media users, real viewers, and then people watching at 6 p.m. This structure works because watching reels require internet access and a smartphone. So instead of guessing randomly, we progressively narrow down the population. Step 2 is to bring in reference numbers. These don't have to be perfect, they just need to be reasonable approximations. So, India's population is around 1.4 billion. Internet penetration in India, let's assume it to be around 60%. So, the number of internet users become 60% into 1.4, which is 840 million internet users. Next, we consider how many of these people use smartphones to access the internet. In India, most internet usage happens on smartphones. So we assume 90% of internet users access the internet through smartphones. So smartphone internet users become 90% of 840 million, which is 760 million. Now we estimate the ranges. First, not all internet users use social media. Let's assume 80% of smartphone internet users use social media. So 80% of 760 is 610 million. Next, not everyone on social media watches reels. We assume 60% of social media users watch short form videos like reels. So 60% of 610 is 366 million daily reel viewers. Now we estimate when people watch reels. Since the question specifies 6 p.m., which is a peak time, we assume around 25% of daily reel consumption happens between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. So users active in this window time are 25% of 366, which is 91 million. Now we calculate how many of these people are watching at exactly 6 pm. The time window we assumed is 3 hours, which equals to 180 minutes. Let's assume the average reel watching session is about 45 minutes. So the probability that someone within that 3-hour window is watching reels at any given moment is 45 upon 180, which is 25%. Now we multiply this number with the number of active users in that window, which is 25% of 91 million, which is around 23 million people. So our estimate becomes around 23 million people in India are watching reels at 6 pm. The last step of the break framework is a sanity check. India has roughly 750 million smartphone internet users. If around 23 million people are watching reels at a given moment, that means roughly 3% of users are active simultaneously. Considering how addictive reels are and how popular short form video has become, this seems quite reasonable. So our estimate holds up. So that's it for today's video. In the next video, I'll be talking about an unconventional case in a niche industry. So stay tuned for that. Please hit the like button if you found this video helpful and subscribe to my channel to stay updated. I'll see you in the next one.